It's a message from Drathus Othral, the leader of the Dark Elf quarter in Ebonheart. He sends his compliments, and he wants you to help the town resist a nearby Covenant invasion. No, he just needs you to talk. House Drez isn't popular. The Nords and Argonians in Ebonheart won't speak to him. And the other Dark Elf houses don't like the Drez much either. Convince the townspeople to work together. Then speak to Othral.
The three keep you, traveler. Are you willing to risk heresy to save the soul of Ebonheart? The disciple of our tribunal temple has lost his faith. He says the three no longer speak to him. He sent me to pray for him at shrines to Olmalexia, Vivek, and Sothasil, just outside town. But I was driven away by a foul smell and angry Aelith. I don't know. The smell may have driven the beasts into a frenzy. Perhaps, if you'd be willing, would you burn these flowers at each shrine? If the three respond, tell Disciple Sildris. Perhaps that will restore his faith. I'll pray for an answer to your voice at the shrines. Praying for prayers. Perhaps Vivek will appreciate how circular that is. I don't know why Sildris thinks the three would abandon us. We have observed all the proper rites. These flowers, for one. Roland's tears, the rarest of the gold carnet and sacred to the three. It is a powerful offering.
Honor for the pact. What brings you to this gods-forsaken dark elf dunghole? The beer in this land is fit only for pigs. Good thing we brought our own. Have the elves asked you to help beat back the Covenant yet? To Sovngarde with them. Aye. The milk drinkers landed to the west at that big yellow tree thing. Now the Drez have got their skirts in a twist. Oh, please save us, big strong Nords. Fancy lads, the lot of them. They think Nords only exist to save elven asses. Bring them on. We don't skeever out of a fight. When we're attacked, we fight. I wager you think we should fight for the rest of the pact. All right. Prove they've got some backbone. Let's see you beat 3 of my men, and do it the Nord way. We fight drunk. We've got a keg of fine, strong mead from Riften right here. Pour yourself a mug and get to it. Unless you're too fancy, of course. You want us to help drive off the daggers? You better...
This won't take long. I signed up to guard these wagons for the money. And guarding's the only thing I take money for. You got that? You could only beat me if I was blind, stinking sober. And I'm not. Try to put up a decent fight. named after God.
You want us to help drive up?
Good fight! You'll have to find someone else to brawl with. I just need a moment to catch my breath and stop the bleeding and get another mead. You know how it is. I signed up. This won't take long.
I tried the drink at the inn, but I think I'll stick with our own mead. Ugh, I can't take this local stuff. It's made out of mold or something. Haha! You're clever, you are. Let's see how well you take a blow. Come at me! Stop. Oof. Ah. Good fight. You'll have to find someone else to brawl with. I just need a moment to catch my breath. And stop the bleeding. And get another...
Good day. What are you drinking? Are you asking for a challenge? Shaw's bones! I thought today was going to be dull. This won't take long. Back to drinking.
Care for a drink? Are you asking for a challenge? Come at me! drinking mate, friend. Come back and join us again sometime.
I said I would. Well, you're not half bad, I'll give you that. I said I would, and I don't go back on my word. I hope the rest of the pact fights like you, not that milk-drinking Urano. Ravel Urano, that dark elf here before you. He kept asking to buy our lumber so we'd leave town. I told him no, we had a contract to keep. But he offered to double it. No one pays that much for wood. Even good rift spruce. What a skeever. Don't know and didn't ask. His story smelled like last week's fish. Whole time we were talking, he kept looking around for a crack to ooze through, sweating like. The boys ran him off with a few light cuffs to the head. He hasn't come back since. Right. Things like that. They're exactly why we keep to ourselves in the Elven lands. That and the bad food. Anyway, you're all right. Tell that fancy Othrol we'll fight. Come back and drink with us again sometime.
We want no trouble, Outlander. My injury doesn't keep me from stringing a bow. A Nyx hound attacked our caravan. He savaged my leg and carried off one of our guar. No. Lately we've sighted savage creatures in the wastelands. They're more than a match for our tribe's hunters. Great rewards await any hunter who can bring them to ground. The first is Varnog, a feral Nyx hound. The next is worse. Bliger, a vicious and territorial bullnetch. Worst of all is a clanfear named Gerlisk. He's the least vicious of the three, but look what he did to my leg. We met him on the road southeast of Ebonheart. Our best guess is he escaped from a goblin tribe, or ate them. He floats along the shore west of here. Do not ask me the origin of his name. I assume it stems from the way netches float through the air. Strange story, that. Summoned by an old conjurer who lived in the hills east of Kragenmoor. The conjurer died, but it stayed. No one knows why, and no hunters ever tracked it to its lair. We drove our guar here to trade. The Ashlands give our tribe many things such as food and shelter. They aren't as generous with medicinal potions or steel. Ha! Even if we would have the housemen, they wouldn't have us. They won't even let us within their walls to trade. We must stay outside, bedding with their animals. But because they're heretics, or because we are, whichever you prefer, we hold true to the faith of our ancestors, the worship of Azura, Boethia, and Mephala. They believe the three elders of their tribunal are gods. We know the truth. The so-called three are murderers and necromancers. The first is Varnog, a feral Nyx hound.
The shrines are outside the city, north, southeast, and southwest. Vivek's shrine is across the river to the southwest of Ebonheart. Almalexia's is to the southeast. The shrine to Sothasil is on an island north of the Argonian Quarter. Burn the flowers at each shrine. They're a rare variety of gold carnet called Roland's Tears, and are sacred to the three. I pray they hear you. Ah, my business partner. I've located another rare and valuable vintage here in Ebonheart. Are you willing to acquire it for me? There's a bottle of white gold tower here in Ebonheart. The war wizard who owns it retired to this town and opened an inn. Fedrasa Andrethi took the bottle off the battlefield. Now it's gathering dust in her private reserve. She was a decorated soldier in the Ebonheart Pact. Now she tends to guests at the Ebony Flask. Her Nightflower servants probably know her best. If you want to know how to get that bottle, talk to one. Just let me know what I can do to help. She used to serve in the Morrowind army as a war wizard. I think the explosions were too much for her. After she retired from service, she opened the Ebony Flask with Darvinil Sarvel. Not exactly, but then again, that's your side of this business, isn't it? My only advice is to talk to the Nightflowers at the inn. In their line of work, they learn all the best secrets. Just let me know what I can do to help.
What is it?
I hope your arrival will prove a boon to Ebonheart. The residents are at each other's throats. Beyond, no one will work together. Each faction has a different reason. Which would you like to know about? I wish I knew their complaint. They refused to talk to us. I even went to speak with their quarters leader, Sashajar. She accused me of plotting to kill a tree, as if I cared about such things. Our people love fighting, it's our nature. We fight the land just to survive. Only the Dunmer's natural superiority allows us to flourish in this wasteland. Lately, our people have been demoralized. Even disciple Sildrus at the Tribunal Temple expects defeat. I wish I knew their complaint. They refuse to talk to us. Our people love fighting, it's our nature.
Don't trifle with me.
Will you be staying in Ebonheart long, Sirio? I'm sure we could make your stay more pleasant. I don't hate her, but there's no love lost between the Nightflowers and Fedrasa. She regards us a necessary evil. She doesn't even partake of our talents. Plus, she's incredibly jumpy. My guess is she's caught one too many fireball blasts in the war. She still hates loud noises. There's an alchemist next door who's constantly testing flash powder and sulfurs. If she hears so much as a pop, she jumps right out of her skin.
Shall I dance for you, my lord? I've studied under many masters of the art. I'm sure I could hold your attention for hours. Lady Fedrasa. I don't care for her, actually, but the money here at the Ebony Flask is good. If it wasn't, Amula and I would have cleared out long ago. She's just too jumpy. They say the Agaviri War made her twitchy. She's easily startled by the strangest things, like lizards. Those lizards infesting the Argonian quarter drive her crazy.
Get away from that!
We don't serve Ashlanders here. The Dres have, suggested we shouldn't take their money.
Another stranger swims into a... I have no quarrel with you. We shall speak. But know that if you would help those trying to murder our Hist, I will speak with my teeth instead of my tongue. It's dying. It was never healthy. This isn't Black Marsh after all. So in the last few weeks, it's withered. We've learned that House Dres is poisoning it. It's not enough to have enslaved us for generations. Now they want to carve our hearts out. The best we can do is fertilize it. We're using mud crab meat wrapped in ash reed. Both are common around the quarter. We've also set guards around the tree to keep the Dunmer away. If you wish to aid us, gather the items I requested. Ash reeds grow in the tide pools in our quarter, and mud crabs thrive on the shores nearby. Gather some of each and present them at the roots of our Hist. Some of our people heard a dark elf talking to others of his kind. He asked if they'd seen the Dres rowing out to our Hist tree. He saw jars of poison in the boat. That's not hard to believe. Ravel Urano. My people overheard him at the inn. He was drunk and talking too loud. No one spoke to him directly. It's never been wise for an Argonian to confront a Dark Elf. Especially lately. We're far from Black Marsh. No, but it's not difficult to believe, is it? The Dres think we're little more than animals. But the Pact freed us. What they can't enslave, they destroy. The Dres have always regarded Argonians as little more than savage children. We needed to be civilized, so they uplifted us by putting us to work as slaves on plantations and in mines. No more. Now we speak beside them in the council.
Speak. All prayers are heard, not all are acknowledged. Every small cog drives a greater gear. Each is necessary, otherwise the whole collapses. When any cog shivers from the stresses on it, the master feels it. But the load he assigns it is no more than he knows it can bear. Wizard, mystic, master of the Clockwork City. An architect of time and a binder of oblivion. One who masters the tools that mastered others. Does this answer satisfy? Good. Seek. Learn. When you are prepared, find the master. He will be interested to hear your conclusions.
What do you have there? We are allowing no one to approach the Hist, especially strangers claiming they wish to help us. We just caught a dark elf trying to poison the tree. Your words smell fair, but tasting is proof. Let me see what you have there. Yes, I erect the spine of apology. While you were away, we caught a dark elf defiling our Hist. Please, apply the fertilizer you've gathered to the base of our Hist. As long as I'm with you, the guards will let you through. One of our guards is escorting him to my lodge. He seems half mad. He was doing something to the tree, and apparently he is of House Drez. Let this one through. It is done. Meet me back at my lodge.
Do not add to my problems.
It seems we have proof that the Drez are trying to murder our tree. While you were gathering mud crab meat and reeds, the guards caught him trying to harm our Hist. We can't get anything out of him but his name and house. Seems the rumors were true. House Drez is trying to murder our Hist. He was scratching at the bark, licking our tree. When the guards shouted at him, he dropped an empty bottle. Now he's very ill. The truth is as plain as the face of Masser. You may do as you wish, but his mind is boiling. His words skitter like a mud crab in a pan. You will gather no moisture from this one.
Triangles. They taste like silver, like water. I never knew. What did I do? What did it do to me? I see. I feel. I'm awake. I touched it. It smelled like flowers and black earth. It tasted like rain and summer wind and the deepest green. He said the tree's sap would be better than skooma. He was right. He said the Argonians might be angry. Do you think they're angry? To me, they always look angry. It's the teeth. He gave me the bottle, said it was for the tree. I thought it was skooma. I tasted it. It was bad. I fed it to a lizard. He didn't like it either. He died. The bottle broke. How can I fill it with sap? I never saw him before. I asked him for coin to get more skooma. He was a Dunmer. Someone called him Bravil? Weevil? Wabberjack? Ravil, that's it.
Ravel?
Ha ha! Now it's orange. Can you see it? You must see it.
I can't believe it. Ravel! Ravel Urano claimed he saw House Dres poison our history. Then he gave a bottle to this tree-licking waste of flesh. I smell worm scat. Someone has been playing us for fools, and I no longer believe it's House Dres.